Hey, Deck It Out DIYers, here we are with our July box, which is the tray. And we are all things patriotic, all things red, white, and blue. So in your box, you're gonna see red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue, green, red, white, blue, green. Yes, those are your colors. You'll have glue, you'll have sponges, and then you have a lot of projects. This is like the intense tray that we have here. So I have everything kind of grouped together. You're also going to have jute for your banner, and then some wire for the firecracker, the firecracker wick that we'll include in the kit as well. So you're going to paint everything, and then we're going to glue it together, and then we'll talk about how these become a 3-set, and we'll talk about different ways to paint. But for this project, you will probably see me using my pens, my paint markers. I have 2 different color blues and I have a white. So I will be using these for some of it, but we will include the red, white, blue, and green for your tree. And then when I leave things the wood color, it's we're just gonna leave the tree trunk and branches here the wood color. So have all your pieces out, plan out where you're going to do red, white, and blue, and then we'll get to painting. Remember your dabbing, and I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, so for this project, for these little fireworks, I'm going to paint red, and then one of the middle pieces will be white. So I put my red over here, my white project's over here. This is going to be painted blue. You do not have to paint the back of the firecrackers because we are going to just be gluing to them. So you take your paint, put a little bit of paint on, dab a little paint off, and then you're simply going to just dab the paint, trying not to get any on the sides because they're burnt edges. They're cut on a laser. You don't need to paint the sides unless you want to. So just dab your paint. You're going to continue this process with all of your project pieces in the tray. Okay, ladies, as you continue to paint, you'll notice that I painted the USA tiles. I really went light with the paint, and then I took my X-Acto knife and I kind of scratched out any paint that might have gotten inside the part that says USA. And then depending on how it looks, I might go in with a fine tip marker and put a little bit of paint in there. I might not, not sure yet on that. For this sign that you see me painting right now, I am just dabbing the white paint over a nice solid coat, and then all the letters we're gluing over the top. So you want to make sure you can still see where we're gluing them because that's why those lines are there. But you don't have to, like, if they fade together, you don't have to be too particular about making sure that they're not fully visible. It's just to help you line things up. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right here. The Scrabble tile holder, you're gonna want to paint both sides before gluing together. Okay, so I just put paint on my pieces or on my sponge, and I'm just pulling it down the pieces, getting those painted. So it looks like the last items I have to paint. I'm gonna finish my fireworks and freedom sign, and then I'm gonna do my banner, which is a big, a small, a big, a small, a big for the pennant. So if you want to kind of plan for that. And then you also probably saw me coloring in these pieces with my paint marker. You could totally do it with a detail brush. You could paint them in, or you could leave it white. But because it's going to go together like this. So I'm going to do the red, white, and blue inside it. So I'm going to paint the back pieces with my paint markers. And then I'll be painting my small banner piece over here. So that was kind of a little bit of an update of everything I've done. I also use my paint marker over here, but we're going to give you green paint and a detail brush so you could paint that one as well. So keep painting. We're almost there. Okay, so we've painted all of our pieces. Now it's time to assemble. What I like to encourage everyone to do is to lay out their pieces. Make sure you have them all and that you like the paint color. And for these fireworks, you got to rotate them until they fit the way they're supposed to be. So line up everything before gluing anything down. Okay, so to put this together for the Scrabble tiles, you're gonna put a little bit of glue along the bottom, and the big board is gonna be your backboard. Okay, so then the small board will sit in the front, or will be the base, and then we're gonna have the other small board go right across the front here, and be the front. I gotta move my finger so I don't get glue on it. So we're gonna go right across here and put another bead of glue, and this will make your tray. Now you're probably gonna have to hold it for a second so that it all glues together, okay? Or gently set it over there, and then your Scrabble tiles will sit in there. Now for these pieces, I don't wanna go where my glue is wet. For these pieces, your star is going to be at the top. Where did my stars go? Right here. Okay, so my stars are gonna go up top, okay? And then your stripes go underneath. So you're gonna wanna find the right stripe size. I'm gonna glue everything onto the front, and then I will flip it around and put my wicks in, okay? All right, DIYers, I put the glue in the slit or the slot in the back, and then I put my wick in there, so it'll kind of look like that. Then you can leave these as is, as individuals, or when this is all dry, you could arrange them in a stack of 3 and glue them together. So it's really up to you what you do with your 3 firecrackers. Your Scrabble setup is here. I will probably go in and make this a little bit darker. I just love how this turned out. It took a little bit of extra time, but it was really fun to do. My banner, I did switch it up and did the small with the 3 large and then the small. Here are my glasses. I think I'll come in with my marker and do a little detailing. I love how this piece came out. This whole tray is just so much fun. So I hope you enjoyed creating. I'm gonna let my pieces dry a little bit, then I'll come back and decide if I wanna put them in a cluster of 3, my fireworks. And then we will paint our bag. Hey DIYers, let's now make our bag. Okay, so you have a bag, you have your stencil. It's gonna go right on there. So flip it over. You wanna separate the white from the blue and the clear. And, oh, I think I'm missing some of I am. I'll show you how I'm gonna put that blue piece in. Generally, I want you to have it all clean, the white all clean when you pull it up. I just missed putting tape there, transfer tape on. So I will show you how I'll work around that. So you flip it over, okay, it's all attached. And that transfer tape is just really to help you get it from point A to point B. Okay, so I'm just gonna place it on my bag, put it where you'd like it, smooth it out. Now, you're working with a canvas bag, so it's not going to be as easy as if you were putting the stencil on wood where it will stick really well. This is not going to stick as well. So you'll notice I have my hand on it. I'm keep making sure I keep everything pushed down and I go nice and slow. I noticed that the loop in the L kind of got a little funky, so I'm going to move that. Well, that's probably still funky. What it is it's like a big sticker, so you can pick it up and move it. So this one piece that I am missing, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to try not to touch the sticky side as much. I'm just going to plop it down here. Now, you do want to take this white paper and you do want to put it behind, and you can kind of see it. I think you can kind of see it on the camera too. And that's going to act as like the block so that it doesn't go all the way through your burlap bag. Okay, then you're going to get your paint. And like we talked about before, this is too much paint. The glob of paint is too much. So dab it off and then just lightly dab. You can do 1 or 2 coats. It's going to be lighter than as if you're painting on wood. But paint to your desire and then we'll peel it off. I've painted it to my liking. Make sure all your paint stays on the stencil. And then when it is dry or when you are ready, you may peel it up. Okay. These little pieces in here, you're just going to peel up. Now, if you are more patient than I and you wait until it's dry, you probably don't need anything to help you peel them up because it's just fabric. You can bend the fabric and then you can remove the little sticky. But I'm peeling this up right away. So I'm just using my little X-Acto knife to just sneak underneath. I'm not poking it or anything. I'm just sneaking underneath to lift it a little bit. And then I'm peeling off all these little spots. And then you will have your bag ready so that when you're done with your awesome 4th of July tray, all of your pieces can then go inside. So you can take your round and you can put them inside, which is super nice to store them. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Deck It Out DIYers, and we will see you next time. Be sure to post in the group. I can't wait to see what you create.